happy New Year, everybody. Well, it is I, Meet Jamal Grayson, the one and the only hashtag Binke. Oh, darlings, I hope that y'all are good, and I hope that y'all had a fantastic festive season. How was your festive season, my baby?
It
Yeah,
had
yeah.
all the fun things that I need. Plus, okay, I'm not a fan of food and everything, but aside from that, the vibe.
Yeah.
Just always that place. So basically,
Fantastic. Well, welcome to my very first episode of My Varsity Experience, a series where we get to tap on the varsity life. Now let's get into it. Now, my baby, can you please introduce yourself?
okay, my name is Mpho. If you guys don't know me, I am turning 22 years old this year. I'm just a chill person.
Alright.
Honestly, I'm just a chill person. Not very much into like the wild side of life. Just very conservative, how do we call it in English? I'm reserved.
Oh,
Yeah,
reserved,
it's what
okay.
people call it reserved. I'm not the type who's always out on the streets. Very much a bookworm. I love reading.
Okay, fair.
I love singing. I love not so much dancing because I can't dance.
Alright.
But yeah, aside from that, I am I'm a chill person.
Right. So you're a student, right?
Yes, I'm a student.
And-
Even though like I didn't go for long.
Okay.
Let me just point that out.
Clarify, yes.
I was a student at a varsity called City Varsity. It's a private, it's a private institution in Johannesburg. Guys, if you don't know it, it's next to Johannesburg Theatre in Bloemfontein. I went there for it wasn't long. It was like for a couple of months. Yeah,
Right?
I was studying acting. Yeah, that was something I was very much interested in once upon a time. I'm still interested in it, a little here and there, but yeah, I ventured into other things. But all in all, I got to experience varsity life, and it was different
Yeah.
from high school. I don't want to lie, guys. The vibe, it's just I don't know. It's just very different going with the workload that you get.
Yeah.
With obviously the different people
The
that
different
you find.
people, true.
Exactly. And yeah, just a lot of that. Obviously, guys, if you know Bloemfontein, Johannesburg, it's like drinking, crazy stuff. That's what basically varsity life entails. A new beginning in life as a young person going into the world and just finding yourself. Yeah, basically.
So, well, you answered the question before I asked it.
I'm so sorry.
I was about to ask you, how is university life? How would you describe it?
Yeah, well, okay. Amongst all of those things that I mentioned,
Okay.
obviously, it comes with stress as well.
Yeah.
Hence why, I think you've seen,
Yeah.
in a lot of students being depressed, having, the workload, just the pressure that comes with it. Because it's a lot more. Going into the fact that, when it comes to teaching, lecturers, they tend to just let you do most of the work by yourself.
Yes.
It's not that thing, okay, sharp, high school teachers always are. Guys, like, you need to do your work in time, assignments, and whatsoever.
This, the
Yeah,
topics.
exactly.
Focus on this. Focus on that.
Yes. Okay, fine. What's gonna happen is in varsity they're gonna tell you, okay, guys, we have this thing. You guys need to do this. They give you this schedule date of when it's due, and that's it. You have to do your own research. You have to do basically, most of everything. Let me just say 90% of the work. That's
your stuff to handle.
Exactly.
Oh well,
But
it's tough then.
It's tough.
It's hectic. It's hectic. So now, my baby, I remember when we were conversating the other day, you mentioned that you took a gap year. Tell us about that.
A lot of people will relate actually.
Okay.
When it comes to a gap year, it can be very stressful.
Oh,
Considering, it depends. It depends on a person.
yes.
The people who want to take a gap year, just to just get a was stressing me out. You know, the whole thing of coming out of school, the pressure of, you know, writing the trick finals and having
all that.
exactly. You just want to have that year where you just like, you know what, I just want to relax. I just want to read a book. I want to go out, you know, with friends and not worry about school. But for someone like me, you know, growing up in a black family, you're like told, guys, school is important. School is important. So basically, it was like, okay, I'm done with high school. I want to go to tertiary. I don't want to sit at home.
True.
Exactly.
Yes.
I don't want to sit at home. Isn't there like, you know, I want to find a school. I want to find funding, which I couldn't, unfortunately, because okay, here's the thing with City Varsity. You know, what they do is it's a private school.
Okay.
Basically. You pay your own school fees.
Okay.
Bursaries, you kind of don't get much. You see. So it was really the pressure of like having to understand that, you know what, I have to take a gap year. It wasn't my choice. I had to take a gap year because I couldn't afford fees. So for me, that was the most depressing time of my life. It was very depressing. I kept to myself a lot, especially with the fact that some of my peers, they're going to school, they're studying whatever it is they want, you know, exactly. So and
you just felt like you're falling behind.
Exactly, exactly. Forgetting even that I was lucky enough to finish school at 17 years old.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I wasn't really that behind.
Right.
But you know, it was just, I guess, also the pressure from parents.
True. Yeah.
Having to be like, no, you finished school, so why didn't you find a tertiary to go to? It was as if like I wasn't doing the most or much to even, you know, try to find a school. But for me, my passion was acting, and there would come a time where I was like, I really don't know, do I really want to do acting, because maybe I can do other stuff, you know, just for the mere fact that I wanted to go to school. But yeah, I couldn't, took a gap year, and yeah, that was it.
Okay, so when did you apply for City Varsity?
I applied, I think it was on the year that I took the gap year. I think around September, October. But what's nice about City Varsity is that they don't have like closing dates. You know, no, they don't.
Wow.
They don't. I was really surprised.
City Varsity, I'm coming. Watch me out.
Like they don't have application closing dates and whatsoever. Basically, you can apply it. Okay, well, I don't know about now, but back then they would allow you to basically register at any time of day. So I think I sent in my application fee was around November, December.
It was pretty late.
It was pretty late. And I
yes.
didn't even think that I was going to get accepted, but I did. And I paid my registration fee, I got to school, and yeah.
So, like, tell me about your feelings when you got an email stating that you got accepted. I mean, after all that you went through the whole year, like, what are the feelings?
I was so excited.
Yeah,
I was so excited.
True.
You know, when you're finally doing something you're very passionate about, at that time, me acting, it was like, finally, you're going to be in front of the camera. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, you know, meet people who have a similar interest as me, finally going to school, finally getting to learn what acting is all about, having to do, like, it was just exciting.
So my baby, to unpack it, you grew up here in Henneman, or?
Not for so many years. I was born here.
Okay.
I lived here up until I was 6 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, that's when my grandmother had died, because she was the one who was taking care of me.
Right.
It was when I was 7 that I moved in, to Gauteng.
Okay.
Yeah, that's when I got to stay in the Val, and yeah, that's basically where I spent most of my time.
And then you went to school to Braamfontein.
From
So how is it for you, like, leaving the place that you've lived for like few years and going to another city as well? So like your friends, your family, your neighbors, how did you cope with all that?
For me, I'm a person who's like, I can very much adjust to any place. That's what's nice about me. And for so many years, I've loved the idea of staying in Joburg.
Oh,
You know,
okay,
like,
okay.
I'm also someone who's very fascinated in the industrialization of Joburg.
Joburg,
Even
yeah.
the vibe, like the whole thing that, you know, the city of gold, you get to work, you get to, like, there's, everybody is working.
Is working,
you know,
yes,
is working.
yes.
So for me, seeing that, it was kind of like a motivation for me to also work hard and achieve my dreams. So having to leave for Joburg, it wasn't really like, oh my gosh, no, I don't, you know, it's gonna be tough, it's a new place, it was like, can I go tomorrow? Can I go? In fact, can I leave now?
Wow,
You know?
okay.
Yes, I still had friends back home because I would. It wasn't like a long distance from where I used to stay.
Yes.
So yeah, I used to visit some weekends, of course. And I'm a very okay. As much as I'm very reserved, I'm a people's person at the same time.
Yeah, you are. You are, babe.
You know,
She is.
we connected like 3 minutes. Just I know you. So exactly. So I'm a person who can very much adjust to anything, to people, to the environment, to whatsoever. So yeah, it wasn't really that hard to start a new life at a new place with new people.
Oh, that's fantastic. Now, babe, as we think about varsity, we always talk about freedom and always get excited, you know, because there are no parents to irritate us or cage us from doing what we want to do.
You're finding a free bird.
You know, yes. So, how would you advise a first year like me on that part?
First and foremost, stay true to yourself. It's very important. Stay true to yourself. One thing I can tell you guys is that not only in varsity life, but life itself, you know, you tend to be, I don't know, a lot of us young people, we tend to let others dictate what it is that we do in our lives, to a point where we do it anyway just to fit in, you know. And some of the things, it's kind of like, you know yourself that you wouldn't agree to such things. So you need to ask yourself, why am I agreeing to this? Is it for me or is it for the other person? If it's not for me, then why am I doing it? Stay true to yourself. Basically, know what it is that you want, know what it is that you're looking for and what you want to achieve in life. When you have, hence why I love a person who goes for vision boards. In that way, you stay true to what it is that you're trying to achieve. Exactly. So for first year student, I know guys, the party life is everything. For most of us, we love alcohol. We love drinking. We love partying. And I don't want to lie. When it comes to varsity life, there's a lot of temptations when it comes to that. There's a lot. To a point where you have an assignment due tomorrow. But you know for a fact that would be there, we are free one. Not you. Why should you see yourself there? Guys, you need to learn. No, at some point, I have, like, get your priorities straight. Know that some things are way more important than other things. Partying, it's always going to be there for life. There's always going to be a party going on. I know, guys, we're under the stress of, you know, the COVID-19, the president closing the alcohol, but you know, but there's always fun outside of that. If we can actually have a close look. I mean, that's what I got to experience during the December holidays. It wasn't with alcohol that I got to enjoy being around a certain space. But you know, I knew that okay, I want this vibe, I want to create it with people, and that's it. Just do that. Why not do that? But make sure that your schoolwork it's done. Make sure that whatever it is that you want it to be done by that end of the week is done. Then you can go partying, paint the town red. You can do that. Just as long as you know yourself and you know what it is that you want to achieve. Always stay true to yourself. It's important.
Perfect answer, babe. Well, babes, tell me about your embarrassing moment as a first year student.
Well, I have a lot.
I
have a lot. But what's the? I feel like okay, this one is basically suits everyone. We hate being shouted at in front of the class. So being me, I'm sure you guys have seen it already. I took too much. So the teacher was busy, teaching, and I just, yeah.
Doing what you're good at.
You know. So yeah, I was talking a lot, and then the teacher basically just told me my business, so I had to shut up.
So it was embarrassing.
It was embarrassing.
Yeah,
it was embarrassing.
In front of all the people, you don't know them. Others you do, yes, but then the first impression lasts. So yeah, I get you. I get it. So it was overwhelming. Didn't you feel like packing your bags and going home?
Never. It's Joburg.
It's
it's Joburg, guys.
just like that. It's Joburg,
Simple and that's guys, it's Joburg.
Yeah.
Yo, it's Joburg. No. Nah. When the tough gets tough, the tougher gets going, or however they say it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
just,
Joburg, guys.
Yeah. Go with it. Go.
Having to go home.
Yeah. Like it makes sense on your situation because you took a gap year. Now you definitely wouldn't want to see yourself back at home, sitting, yes. So babes, like you mentioned about COVID-19, Mr. President, all that. Now COVID-19 has opened a can of worms and everything is completely going south. Now how has it affected the way you used to do things at school?
Obviously, with the fact that now having to do things online, with friends, face to face, that's kind of been because right now there's more assignments that we can do because of the fact that most of it online and in a short space of time. Because remember, I mentioned there was the whole thing where most schools couldn't even do online teaching,
yes.
Or like we were just adjusting to the situation at that time. We didn't know what it is that we needed to do. But rather, it's been, I guess that's the most bothering part about it. The fact that you can't sit in a class, listen to a teacher talk to you, because sometimes we don't always all have access to data, unfortunately. So it's not all of us who can catch up to the work via video call with the lecturers and stuff like that. So yeah.
So like, how was it for you to make friends and to be able to see that those ones are good for you?
Basically, I love a person who's always true with me, even though when the truth hurts. The truth you need to hear it either way. And what better way to hear it from your friend than some stranger, yet you have friends who could have told you that from the beginning, But also, it shouldn't be that kind of truth that
will tear you down.
That will tear you down, Like, they can be friends who will literally use your negatives or like your flaws as a person to tell you that, oh my gosh, this is wrong with you. Already you know that as a person.
Yeah, you do.
And it makes you feel insecure. But don't now use that as a thing to just bring you down. As a friend, you're not supposed to do that. I love a person who's always honest. Yes, I know we're not always honest as we think we are. 100% of the time, because we're human at the end of the day. Sometimes we don't want to hurt other people's feelings, But for me, the thing is, I love keeping myself because I don't like hanging out with a lot of friends because not everyone is supposed to love you. Most certainly, not everyone is supposed to love you. Let me tell you that. Because just know, if everybody loves you, they don't love you for who you are.
True.
They love you for something that you have.
There's a hunting on you.
Exactly. So for me, my friends that I've got to really love, they're honest, they're truthful, they tell me like it is, and they don't shy away from having to tell me something. And they're not those kind of friends who gossip behind my back. Like when I tell them something that's supposed to stay between us, it stays between us. I don't hear from someone else saying, "Oh, when I heard something like this about you," they can very much keep my secrets, just like I can keep this, And man, they're not judgmental. Like, I know for a fact that when it comes to varsity life, there are a lot of us who would rather, go out of our way to make money just so that we can fit in. Basically, buying the latest, Nike sneakers or whatsoever. But I know my situation at home. Hence why I'm saying, know yourself.
Yeah.
I know my situation at home, or at that moment, at that particular moment, I know that I can't afford something. My friends, they don't make me feel bad. I'm not about not owning something that they have. They don't make me feel otherwise.
Love that,
Yeah.
babe. Love that. Now, babe, there are a lot of cases whereby students are assaulted, they are raped, and agitatedly murdered. Now, how does the university ensures the safety of each student?
Basically, obviously, they make sure that the classes go in at a time where we can go home, because it's
In a light time.
yeah,
yes, yes.
during the day.
During the day,
not
yes.
not necessarily at night.
Night, okay.
And because they know that not most of us live around town.
Yeah.
Some of us we have to travel by taxi, by train, and it's a distance. Like for example, me before I got to stay in Joburg, I had to travel from Vereeniging to Joburg each and every day,
Sure.
which costed me like more than 120 a day.
A day.
A day.
Wow.
So
There is a lot.
exactly. So okay, aside from that, they make sure that school comes out on time.
On time.
You get to have time to find taxis to go home, and if maybe your work needs you to stay over until late, what they do is they offer for you to sleep over at school and only
Oh
go
wow,
back home the
that's
next
that's
day.
good. That's good. So like, babe, in terms of funding, who's funding you?
My parents.
Oh, your parents are funding you.
Yeah, they
Okay.
made it their responsibility to go.
What happened with Nesvis?
It's remember, and this was it supports people with
Government school.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, all right, my baby. So now, like, have you ever been in a position whereby you had to find a part-time job so that you can cover up your expenses?
For me, it's sad, obviously, for me to see my parents going all the way out, to a point where they're financially stressed out. They, not even only financially, but physically they're stressed because of the stress, finances and stuff like that. So I always make it my priority to make sure that if I hear about a job vacancy, I go ahead and apply for it. Anything. You don't have to always be choosy. It's not like when what's this? It's not like while you're still studying, someone is gonna take you for an HR, job. I mean, you don't have the skills for it.
True.
So anything, when I see job vacancies, I go and apply for them. Obviously, it's not gonna always be my luck, but you always have to
try.
You have to try your best.
Yes.
So yeah, that's what I mostly do. Look for job vacancies. Obviously, also within the industry as well. Being an extra. Yeah, just like that.
Oh, so like my baby, from the finances being a problem to a lot of schoolwork, how do you balance it all?
I manage. I don't know how, but I manage. Sometimes, as much as we stress about life, stress is not good. It can kill you. So I try my level best to stay out of being stressed out and having to think so much about what it is that's going wrong and whatever. I'd rather just focus on the positive. Right now I have this that's working hard for me. Let me focus on that. It's gonna benefit me somehow. Let me do that. Also, it's better, like, if you're studying something, also look for something outside of what it is that you're studying for, like the field that you're studying for. Always go on the outside and look for something as well that will basically help you. Yeah, like for instance, me, I do forex trading as well. It kind of helps here and there, even though it's something that also needs focus, I don't wanna lie, but at some point in time, it does help because it makes me extra cash. Yeah.
Now, my baby, to wrap it up, what do you wish you could have learned before you attended varsity?
That it's okay not to be bothered so much about the social life, because at some point, I don't want to lie, there were times these people, they're doing much better in terms of like material things. Let me rather say that, with material things, I like there were times where I would feel like, you know what, guys, I can't afford this.
Yeah. Okay.
And so is walking around with the weave, 9 inch or 10, 30, and obviously we all want to look beautiful at the end of the day while we, mingle with the crowd. But it's okay to just be yourself, be that high school person who, like, you don't have to change your character in order to fit in, basically. Because there was a point in my life when I was in varsity where I was trying to adjust so much into my reality back then, where I was like, you know what, I need to change who I am. But instead, I kind of learned that, you know what, at the end of the day, you take care of you. Take care of you and the rest will follow.
Well, thank you, my baby.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Now, my darlings, that's it on My Varsity Experience. Now, remember, it is a series where we get to tap on the varsity life. And now, my baby, it was like we've been talking and chatting that we want to film a YouTube video, and now it happened.
It happened.
And
Finally.
I'm very excited. Oh,
After
tell me about it. Now, guys, don't forget to subscribe, to give this video a massive thumbs up, and thus comment down below. Tell me whether you enjoyed the video, and tell me whether you want me to proceed with the varsity experience series. Now remember, it's either you run the day or the day runs you. Thank you.